Bob Magor gave us a poem called The Day I Shot the Telly, and there's a bit of rabbit in there. I prepared to shoot a rabbit, which on weekends was my habit in the 60s, back when I was just a lad. So I grabbed my gun and bolted, left the rifle breech unbolted. I'd been taught that safety habit by my dad. From the garden, Mum was pleading, could I help her with some weeding? Thought the rifle now was loaded, it could wait. So I left the bullet in it, for I'd only be a minute, and I leaned the loaded rifle by the gate. Well, the daylight was receding by the time I finished weeding, so I grabbed the gun and wandered back indoors, where the TV was still going. It was Bandstand that was showing, so I sat a while to see what was in store. Little Patty, looking pretty, and the Deltone sang a ditty, and the legend J.O.K., all systems go. With the music highly rated, then the one I really hated was that Brian Henderson who ran the show. He was talking when I got him, so I drew a bead and shot him. I said, bang, bang, but no corpse there could I see. So I aimed up with a snigger, cocked the gun and pulled the trigger. And the world as I then knew it ceased to be. Christ, I forgot the gun was loaded as the TV screen exploded, and I sat in fright, cemented to the chair. Shattered picture screen suspended, and the goldfish tank upended, and the smell of smoke and gunfire filled the air. There were valves and things exploding. My composure was eroding, and the spraying sparks threw buttons up the wall. And I got a sinking feeling watching shrapnel peel the ceiling, and the smoking cat ran howling through the hall. Yeah, I got that damn presenter. Seems I got him right dead centre. But he haunted me with no time to rejoice. From a crackling left-hand speaker, somewhat dry and slightly weaker, from a hole that once was picture came his voice. It was a nasty fright he gave me just as Mum rushed in to save me, but the sight of so much carnage made me stare. As she viewed the lounge room blasted, I dribbled out, I shot the bastard, and I heard Mum say, I'm pleased, but who and where? I'd acute smoke inhalation, shock and TV screen abrasion, and I will admit I messed myself as well. Quite relieved that all had ended, then a chilling thought descended. When he came home, I'd the old man still to tell. I was shaken like a jelly. There wasn't much on Telly, so I went to bed quite early, I recall. I was bracing for a beating, so I didn't feel like eating. When Dad came home, I heard him through the hall. From outside he yelled and spluttered, someone singed me cat, he muttered. He was not a happy pappy, I can tell. I'd convulsions in my belly when Mum said, Bob shot the Telly. And the old man had a door to fix as well. Well, I had a nasty time then. Child abuse was not a crime then. Father fixed the set and had the lounge redone. Though for weeks he weighed the option of my name up for adoption. But he kept me, for I was his only son.